the JS2 Revenant. Lovely day in Potchefstroom, lovely weather, lovely late autumn day, and yes, and the pilot, the test pilot Ace Jonker, is obviously going to do the flying today. We will be probably launching in about 5 or 10 minutes. And Ace, nice day.
Lovely day, eh? So a lot of work to complete the aircraft during the week. So our R&D team had quite a mission to complete the aircraft in time. Our plan was to test fly this week. We're not going to fly with the engine as yet, as we still have to run for a number of ground tests. So it will just be a pure glider tests. We'll have some videos of the engine starting and extending shortly coming in. But maybe we can take you around to the glider and
Let's go.
show you.
Let's go. So basically the JS2 Revenant is the fuselage, all new fuselage, obviously with the self-launching engine in. There's the engine bay, and I must say the glider, all the relationship between the wings and the fuselage, it looks awesome. It's really a very special glider. 21 meter JS wings, so there's nothing new on the wings. But yeah, all the proportions fit. It looks like a very nice glider. There's Bossy, the design engineer and the managing director of Jonker Sailplanes. So Ace, tell us what's going to happen.
Okay, so we're going to just show you around what this aircraft looks like. So Oscar, maybe if you can just show you around in the glider. So it's basically a principle of the JS1 combined with the JS3, the technology of the JS3 we included here.
Just turn the volume down a bit. I think it's your radio wat dan is.
Okay, so we just installed a normal panel for flight testing. So the LX9000 that we have installed here. The same flap system, air brake system as the JS1. You can operate even the 21 meter with finger light touch air brakes, which you can lock in different positions. It's also a new requirement of the authorities that will be published shortly, is that the air brakes, if they open, they must not open all the way. So this is already prepared for that. The trim system, the brake on the stick, and then obviously the engine starter button on the column there. The aircraft is equipped with a steerable and retractable tail wheel, which we will be trying shortly. And if you look further, you will see the same typical looks of the JS1C 21 meter, which was demonstrated as quite an amazing high performance open class machine.
As I noticed, there's a new filling port in the middle of the wing. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
We have integrated tanks for the self-launcher, so there's 24 liters of fuel in the wings with the center tank. So we built the aircraft that it can meet the requirements of those pilots who would like to take off and fly into the Alps and needs 1 hour of cruising, and then still the ability to do a rescue launch in the later afternoon, or a self or sustaining launch back to the airfield late evening. So it's quite some large tanks moved to the wing, easy to fill from the top, and then this wings will be able with the transfer pump to fill up the center tank.
And
so
the water ballast system is the same as the old JS 21 meter JS1. Still got the filling port on the outboard, on the inboard wing, so and then on the outboard wing as well.
So the inboard wing takes 90 liters, and the outboard about 70 liters. And the change from the JS1C is that the filling is all done from the top. So less equipment required. Rules are closed, so we're not going to extend the engine in this way. So we suggested we decided to put the probes on the tips of the tailplane to have a better sense of the air, and also to avoid additional probes when the engine is running. So these probes have been tested that they are not disturbed by the flow of the engine while running. So two reasons why we've done this. Obviously we have our retractable steerable tail wheel here. Rudder is designed to be extremely light. We designed it that it's about 40% lighter, the forces, compared to the JS1C.
I also noticed there are no control horns on the rudder. That comes across from the JS3.
Okay, one additional point is that we have one filling point, which is a filling valve that you just stick in the bottom in with that little cap that will be closing it afterwards. So the filling will be done with a port, and you can dump from the same hole as well. So we don't have all these lots of holes that we have here. So we'll measure the height of the water with the level of the water in the pipe.
Excellent.
Okay, and if you haven't met Johan Bosman, it's our aerodynamic engineer who's the brainchild of the shape of this aircraft. So Bossy, I don't know if you want to say a few words. Are you happy with what you see here?
I'm extremely happy, and I hope also our clients and all the pilots will also enjoy our product. We've been certainly waiting a long time for this, so enjoy.
Yeah, I think it took a long time to develop this aircraft. Intention was from the beginning to make the JS1 a self-launcher, but obviously this project was a bit sidetracked when we decided to enter the competition market first with the JS1, the JS1C open class, then the JS3, and now finally we come back and we launched the self-launcher JS2, which we expect to be a very, very good performing open class machine with self-launching capabilities. What is amazing about this aircraft here, it weighs less than 400 kilograms all up weight here without fuel. So you can even have a minimum wing loading with a 100 kilogram pilot around about 40 kilograms per square meter, which makes it really a amazing self-launcher in terms of the minimum weights. Even in the 18-meter configuration, I believe it's just around about 45 is the minimum wing loading for a 100 kilogram pilot. Okay, and then obviously you can fill it up to a maximum wing loading of 58 in the open class, and we consider to certify the 18 meter to a slightly higher weight than 600, as the structural integrity is already designed into it. So we might also aim for a 60 kilogram per square meter in the 18 meter configuration. Obviously that is just for record flying and not for FAI contest flying. All right, so good luck. Good.
Yes, as I said, it certainly looks the part. It's got beautiful lines, all the proportions are right, and we hope this is a winner.
So some of the cockpit features I also would like to introduce, which was a bit of a novel idea that we learned from the JS3, is that we have spring-loaded pins to close it down here. So in hot conditions where the canopy cannot close, these pins will slightly lift up and allow you to close the canopy, and once it cools down in air, the canopy will be sitting quite flush. As a result, our fit with the canopy could be much reduced gaps and make it quite a smooth design.
And just for those of you that do know me, I fit very comfortably in this cockpit. It's about the same. It's maybe a millimeter smaller than the JS1. It seems like in the measurements, but actually it's much more comfortable than the JS1.
Okay, so it is time. So Oscar, maybe if we show you what the interior design looks like. We stick this design with a multi-color, a two-tone with a red and grey fitting with a red. We always like a touch of red on our numbers, and just for the interesting sake, with team design in Germany and Bossy, we designed what we think just a fine touch to the aircraft to make it looking quite nicely. So you can see we combine carbon and red and grey. So this is typically what we have selected, and we are also have a new way, the new modern way of routing the wires and the cables. As you can see, which is the idea that's been used by Shempert and Schleicher also for a number of years now. Very successful plan. All right, time to climb. Okay, rudder pedals are also electrical adjustable. I think these type of forces in an open class glider was probably not felt before. At least I've never felt it. Extremely light forces. You don't have to be a strong guy to fly this aircraft. Landing gear is nicely within the reach. Okay. Lift up.
Right up.
Flaps. Extended. Trim. Back. That's good. That is so. At this moment I'm flying about a third into the center of gravity range. Total weight of the aircraft is now about 480 kilograms fully on board, and sitting on a center of gravity limit 1/3 from the aft.
So what do you expect from it, Ace?
We're just gonna take a hop, maybe take a climb to about 7,000 feet. That's above sea, so about 2,500 feet above ground, maybe 3,000 feet. I'm just gonna feel the contrast out, the trim settings. We're gonna do a little bit of slower speed flying. We're not gonna go close to the stallers yet. Obviously we're gonna do a bit of handling tests, instrument tests, and then we have a camera ship there and we just do a bit of formation flying. So just to capture the moment nicely, we hope that we can get some good footage out of this with the sun setting. So the idea to do it this late is that the light is a bit softer, it's all calm, circuit is not busy, and we basically have the sky for ourselves.
Excellent, excellent. I'm very jealous, I must say.
Oh, good. So I think if we can organize the camera ships, then we will be ready shortly.
Jy gaan hierdie een saamvat, né? So tell us a bit about the development.
Okay, Oscar, if you maybe just pass me the camera. So we have Ati in the dynamic, who will be the tow pilot. And we have on that side, we have Rowan in the Papa Golf Foxtrot, reading you strength 5. Read you 5. So no problem, you just line up in the center, Rowan. Okay, so if you see there, we have a new instrument there on board from Alex, which is not certified, but it will be used for test flying. Sorry, bossy. Okay, final checks. Gonna be locked. Brakes are closed and locked. Okay, Papa Golf Fox ready? And Delta Uniform Fox ready? And Tango Echo Sierra is ready. All out. Okay, we have aileron control. And the airspeed is alive. Flaps, tail up. Pitch control is good, and we have liftoff. Okay, flap, change flap to 3. Bietjie vinniger, Attie. And we're airborne. Feels beautifully. Slow down now to 10 kilometers an hour. Beautiful pitch control, beautiful. Maintain line, Attie. And gently turn to the right. Okay, we're climbing at about 120 kilometers an hour. Feels super stable behind the aircraft, the trim position. Approximately a third from the front, which is almost correct for the center of gravity range. You can have hands on aerotow. As you see, this is how we can fly a JS1 on aerotow. Very little input required. It feels brilliant. The controls are unbelievable soft. You can see what sort of aileron control we have already. Amazing. The rudders are so light. Those of you who have flown the JS1C may have remembered that the rudders were quite a bit of one of the negative aspects of the product. So you have to use quite a bit of force to apply rudder. This is so soft. It's just the JS3. If you can see, even if we yaw a bit here. Okay, time to retract the wheel. And the wheel is in and the noise goes. It's actually not the intention to do this, but I cannot resist, so I have to show you what's happening next to me here. Okay, I'm not sure how high we will still have signal. So if I still am online there, we're climbing now through 1,700 meters, 1,800 meters. +1, +2. Sun setting in the west now behind the clouds. Okay, so now time to do a bit of test that we the first flight. Just gonna. Okay, Rowan, thank you so much. I'll see you on the ground. Hey, fam. Okay, let's just first do a bit of flap 3, intro flap. Okay. Okay, so we've just tested the 45 to 45 degree roll, which is about 50 seconds. If you see the amount of aileron, full rudder, we can maintain the string nicely balanced. So just enough rudder for this configuration. Full opposite. Wow, amazing. Even get the string to the inside. Minimum trim speed in a 45 degree bank. You can see the hands off. This is normally how one flies the JS2. It's a 45 degree angle. Trim speed about 100 kilometers an hour. Good. Bit of slower speed behavior. It is beautiful at 80 kilometers an hour. So at 70 kilometers an hour, gentle buffet at 70 kilometers an hour. It's good. Okay, controls very soft. You can see the controls are really soft to operate. Flaps are so easy to work. 2 fingers. Okay, let's try the brakes extension. Trap the lock, brakes open, close the lock. It's quite good. Landing gear open, close lock. Landing gear retracted. Flying nicely at 160 medium speed. May require a little bit more trim forward. Just trim glider Tango Echo Sierra is coming up over the airfield and will be for a landing shot. This is an open class machine that flies like an 18 meter. At 180 kilometers an hour, it feels quite nice. Nicely stable. Turn traffic, glider Tango Echo Sierra will be joining a left downwind for 2-1. Wow, I must say the landing is so crisp, the trim is so soft, the controls are unbelievable soft. must admit I have never flown a glider nicer than this. Into the setting sun. And here, down a locked, flap set. Watch of trim traffic, glider Tango Echo Sierra is joining on a final approach, runway 21. This aircraft has got legs. Wheel down and locked. Final approach to 1, wheel down and locked. And as we approach, the sun is just disappearing behind the hills. Brakes on setting 2. As you can see now, this is what the beauty is of this setting. You can take your hand completely off the system to do your air brake selection, which is, we think, the important safety feature of this aircraft. Okay, we're on flap 4 for the landing. Another air brake setting. Wheel down and locked. That was not my best landing. Apologies for that. Steerable tail wheel works nicely.
Stall. 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 Stall, 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 stall.
So a little bit of chamois damping that is required on the low speed. Just before getting to stands, also a little bit of a change required there. Oh, so thanks for joining me for this test flight. It was amazing to do this, something we done the first time here, and it was a privilege to have you guys on board with me. So we'll do a little bit of can stay online a little bit longer if you would like to. Nice, super nice. Well done. Great job. Amazing glider, amazing glider. Unbelievably coordinated. Yeah, so the rudder is like so soft, 45 to 45 degrees at 120 kilometers an hour. You can keep the string all the way in the center. Unbelievable. It is significantly more than the JS1, which we were hoping for, as this needs to be the platform for the JS5 wings as well. So we hope that is good. So Ati, well done. Great job. Oscar, ask Oscar, you must come and try. Why not? You should have a try. Bossy.
Well done, Ace.
Well done, Bossy.
Well done.
Just want to introduce you again to Bossy. Bossy, great aircraft. It's amazing handling. It's
How's the rudder?
Unbelievable rudder.
And the control, the
Soft. It feels a little bit slower roll rate, 6 seconds about from 45 to 45. But the amazing thing is the coordination and the softness. It feels so light. It feels you think, and then it happens.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So the coordination in comparison to the JS1?
Much better. It is fully coordinated. Full aileron, full rudder. straight string. So
Yeah, that's
just-
nice.
I would need a little bit more rudder for the JS5 to make it the same feeling.
Yeah, it's nice. Very nice flown.
Well done. Okay.
So everybody, thanks for joining us here. It was amazing. I hope the streaming worked. We're not sure. Did it work?
We lost it.
Okay.
We zijn een beetje verloren geraakt. Nou moet jullie net die video save.
So now maybe just a little picture of the team here. Oscar, can I hand over to you? I never tried it. Okay, I never tried it. So maybe Oscar, if you just show, I just would like to show you how the controls are working. So basically the system is operated by the Alex Nav system. Is it powered up at this moment? I'm not sure. No, it's not
The
powered
battery
up.
is off.
And then we have an emergency override switch, which you have to override, and then you can operate the pylon from this position with the fuse on that side. So these are the only controls you require for it. You have the 3 switches over there, the run, extend, or extend off run like the jet switch here, and then the different menus, and then the throttle sits down here. So the throttle position is here, just behind the trim position. That switches over there are for the buck wipers, and side cockpit ventilation, landing gear, and seat back adjustment. Maybe I could just show you the seat back adjustment, Oscar. So if you pull this button over here, you can pull this forward, and the seat moves backwards, and if you push it back, so a seat adjustment with the gas strut.
Very nice. And the emergency fuel shut-off?
Emergency fuel shut-off sits down here. It's still unlabeled, so that is the position for the emergency fuel shut-off. So we tried to make quite a clean cockpit.
Very clean,
I
very
think
simple.
the only thing that we have to install still is the emergency prop brake. So in case you have automatic prop brake failure, you can still brake it by hand and then retract with that switch over there. On the battery selection switch, we have a couple of batteries to select from. So we have split it up into avionics system and electrical system. Electrical system are now peripherals like the rudder pedal controller, buck wipers, 12 volt, 5 volt outlets. And then we have also a selection between 3 different batteries. On this side we have the fuel, the fire warning switch and the fire lamp with the engine selection switch, and a few circuit breakers that we fit in here. And with this one there could be a anti-collision indicator or a flame indicator, or you can increase it to have the 9070 Alex system installed. So that's basically a quick summary of the JS2, and we are excited. We hope to get it into the certification run fairly quickly. That's our next step now, is to prepare it to go into production and start with the certification of the product. What I've quickly felt so far is that the aircraft is very, very easy to fly. It is amazing the handling is absolutely amazing. I thought the JS1 was extremely good. This one has got the softness of the JS3 combined with the steadiness of the JS1. So it's a combination that is. I think if you fly this, you'll think you haven't fly something like this before. I'm blown away with the lightness of the rudder pedals and the lightness of the stick. It really feels like I really tell you, the controls feels like a 15 meter, and it's just a little bit slower. So
Excellent. Can't wait.
from Potchefstroom, I think we are extremely excited, and we are extremely happy, and we are happy that you guys joined us. And Oscar, you want to say
There's
something?
only one thing you missed, Ace. Where's the champagne? Haroldine,
Haroldine, where's your champagne?
waar's die champagne?
It's on ice.
It's on ice.
It's on ice, definitely.
Okay, excellent.
Coordinate a few photos and we'll go
Okay, so from Potchefstroom, we're gonna cut the live stream now, and thanks for joining us, everybody. Just to quickly, the engineering team here behind us. So Erik, Armand, Maurits, Bernard, Teke, some of the engineering team, and then obviously the Sinjan engineers. They are already so relieved, Ati and Bossy down here. So from Potchefstroom, everybody, thanks. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll stay in touch. Thanks, Oscar.
Good night, everyone. Goed en jy? Lekker.
You guys gonna spray each other F1 style. F1 style.
Moenie die glider vuil mors nie.
Not on their wings. Oh, actually just landed it. I wasn't even out, I just landed
En wie en jy moet ook gespuit word.
Dan gaan ons kan vol champagne met die woman klim.
Nee, dis hoekom ek hier staan. Ek weet hoe dit sit. Ek het al hom gesit, maar toe was hy nog nie op holstery en alles wat is.
Jy gaan kyk hoe dit uit.
Ek neem aan om dit oomgeklik.
Nee, hy sit.
Champagne on the canopy.
Why the parachute?
I want to just go and sit in.
Support nie,
okay.
aksie nie.
Wat raak dit?
Champagne.
Kan ek jou ook al wees?
Yeah? How's it going?
Hi, Lauren.
Kyk hoe so.
My man.
Al die kies op al julle manne. Hier gaan ons 1 2 3. Alon, nog 'n bietjie.
Did you? Yes, yeah, Xbox, I saw, yeah. Did you just ever see everything else?
Oh, julle.
450. Cancel. Where is it all? No, that's closing it. Ja, die stream stop. Ek neem aan as jy ek gaan hom stop. Crazy.
Terug agter toe gaan. Ja, from what time we were cutting it. Got your partners.
Hoorie pappa, jy het net reën gesit.
Baie reën.
No.
Wie gaan hierdie kop aan? Jy bring hulle maar glasies.
Wat het jy gesê, Alfie?